I'm Luke. I'm one of Chris's buddies. He's been out here taking care of the muskrats in my pond. And I'm basically going to show you a double dirt hole variation. I already got my backing set up right here. I'm going to start cutting a hole out for my trap. It's going to be a hole right here, 9 inches out. It should meet an X. If you take trapping rods and stick them in there, it should make an X 9 inches out, and that's right where the pan of your trap's going to be. And what you're going to do is you're going to catch him on the pivot foot, running his nose from one hole to another. So I'm going to start getting this cut out. I use Duke number 2s with offset jaws. By tapping at your dog right here, you can see it flattened that pan right out. So I'm going to cut out a spot about the size of my trap. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to take that out of there. You might have to stop recording.
GoPro, stop recording.
Gonna take this, go straight down. Hopefully we don't hit a muskrat hole. Pull sideways, get that locked into place. Just flattening out a good spot to put my trap. Tight. The tighter you bed it, the better off you are. And this is actually one of the sets that you want your trap in the dead center of it, because you got a dirt hole off to each side, so it's offset from the dirt hole. It's offset from both dirt holes. It's in the dead center. This is poly stuffing. A lot of people use pan covers. This works just as good. Take a big wad of it, put it right underneath your pan. It keeps all the dirt from rolling underneath of it. I think we do have some freezes coming, so I'm going to use peat moss. After I got it bedded in there, you want your peat moss as dry as possible so it doesn't freeze. completely covered. Gonna go with your regular dirt just to hold the peat moss down. You don't want it to coat completely over due to the fact that it will freeze over top of it and just be like a giant flat piece to where your trap still won't go off because it'll push down past it. It won't push down past it. I kind of throw my extra stuff up here just to try to block it. Block them from working the sides. You're going to go 9 inches out. Right there's your pan. Hopefully I can get this started. Open that hole up. Your other one's going to be 6 to 8 inches away from it at a 45-degree angle also. They're both 9 inches away from it. Make sure that hole is visible on both sides. Probably put a little bit of this dry grass just to help blend that in a little bit. We got some Cavins Predator Bait Plus. I'll put 2 different baits in there, 1 in each hole. Put Jeff Dunlap's Rage in the other hole. I got 4 or 5 different lures. You don't want to, if you put 2 dirt hole sets, 2 or 3, I usually put them about 10 feet apart from each other. And you want to use different baits in each hole because he may not like the dirt hole set that's over there 10 feet away, but he might have something in here that gets his attention. I like Jeff Dunlap's lures. He makes a great product for a reasonable price. You know, we don't make a whole lot of money out here trapping. So I'm glad he helps us out with making it so we don't have to spend a bunch of money. Actually, usually put gloves on to put the bait in the hole. Then we're going to find us a little stick here. We're going to use some Jeff Dunlap Coyote Death Coyote gland. We're just going to get a little stick, get a little bit of that on there. Put it right in the backing. There's your double dirt hole. This should produce pretty quick due to the fact that Chris has been he's been trapping muskrats up here for the last week, and he said every time that there was snow on the ground, he said when he'd walk around and check his muskrat traps, he said there'd be fresh coyote tracks on the dike of this pond going all the way around it. So this should produce pretty quick. And we're going to move over here about 10 feet away and show you a single dirt hole, and we'll go from there. So I got a little short backing right here, not much. You want something that the coyote, when he goes to stick his nose in that hole, he can see over. So he does feel safe coming up to it. I'm making my dirt hole right now. I'm gonna come back. I'm actually probably gonna put the trap right in here. It's about 9 inches out. So you want the pan of the trap to be right here or right here. You want it almost probably about a 30-degree angle coming out. You don't want it dead center because he's gonna walk up here, put 1 foot here or 1 foot here and shove his nose right in that hole. So if you got it right here, he's gonna be on each side of it. So the cutting out for the trap is the same as it was in the double dirt hole, except for the double dirt hole's in the center because he's gonna be running his nose from one hole to another. Ground's still pretty frozen. Nine inches out. You never stress about how tight you can bed these things. You want it to feel as little rock as possible. Now, coyotes, you can get away with it a lot more than you can foxes. Fox steps right here. He's going to feel that little tiny bit of movement. He's going to dig up your trap. Coyotes, a lot of times will step right here, feel that little bit of movement, pick up their foot and move it an inch or two and set it right back down. It may be over here though, or maybe he may move over to this side and work it. But the better you can bed your traps, the better off you are. This ground's still kind of frozen, so it's a real pain in the butt for me to bed these as tight as I would like. It's got a little bit of rock, but not much. I'm gonna take the peat moss. Go over the top of it. That's just to help it keep from freezing. I always kind of put the crumbs around the edges because they don't like stepping on that hard stuff. A little bit of dirt over top just to hold the peat moss in place. You don't want a whole lot. Take your dirt turds and put them off to the side. Just kind of, you want to keep him from stepping on that hard stuff, so you want to put him right to where you want him. And we're going to use Dunlap Soul Taker on this one. Forgot to do this first set, but I don't like, I will get the smell on these gloves, but I don't like the smell on my hands. My palms got big. These are actually the first traps I've set this year. And it is February. That's one of the perks of a couple years down the road. I'll have a little trapping buddy with me. He's too young to come out here right now, so. Now this is Hellfire by Jeff Dunlap. I'm sure if any of you guys have coyote trapped, I'm sure you guys have heard of this. My wife got yelled at by the post office for this smell good right here. So gonna tuck this in a little bit. Got your long call lure, your bait down in the hole, dirt hole off to the side. And you want about 25-30 degree angle off to the side. You know, you want to take that straight out, be 4 or 5 inches off to the side. And we're going to move a little bit farther down, and I'll show you guys the trench set for coyote. So we got our double dirt hole, your single dirt hole, and we're going to do the variation of a trench set, which is another variation of a dirt hole. So I'll see you guys in a second.